Morning, JW here. How y'all doing? So I had a nationwide conference call with 600 of my leaders, and right after the call, I had one of my mentees that I personally mentored call me. So she called me, I picked up her phone, and she talked about how overwhelmed she was lately with the business, and her question for me was, you know, JW, you've been running a business for over 22 years and you dealt with a lot of stress, a lot of, people, and most importantly, you know how to handle pressure. And how do you handle pressure and how do you not getting overwhelmed? That was her specific question. And this lady is someone that I personally mentor for a while now. And I want to share with you how I responded to her, and that is something that I think most people don't know and don't understand, and that's why most people struggle as they are running their business or trying to become successful and become the top 1% player in their industry. And my response to my mentee was this: successful people, the top 1% entrepreneurs in the world, they don't learn how to reduce being stressful. They live pressure. They get used to pressure. They get used to being overwhelmed. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Watch here. The World Cup is going on right now, all right? You look at these players. They are the best in the world, and that's why they are in the World Cup. Do you think they have pressure every single day? Of course, they anticipate pressure. They are overwhelmed with a lot of stress, and sometimes they don't play a good game. They might be fired. So every single day they handle pressure. However, as they elevate in the game, they don't just handle pressure anymore. They get used to pressure. Another example I want to give it to you is, years ago, I went back to China to visit my home country, right? And, it was one of the winter I went back, and it was a very beautiful hotel I stayed at, and they had an amazing outdoor pool. But I went back in the winter, in December. It was cold. It was freezing cold. But one of the morning I woke up, I went downstairs to exercise, and I looked outside the outdoor pool. Do you know what I saw? I saw a bunch of 65, 70 years old men and women. They were swimming in the pool like it is like a heated pool. If you really think about it, a person like me at my age, still very young, if I jump into the pool the first time, I will get right out because it's cold for me. And I'm looking at those people, they're having fun, they're swimming. They literally in the pool at least for a good 30, 45 minutes. While I was running inside on the treadmill, I'm looking at them, they are swimming. Let me tell you why they can do it. It's because they get used to the cold. It's not like, how do you handle coldness? It doesn't work like that. When it comes to business, when it comes to life, when it comes to being overwhelmed or pressure, successful entrepreneurs, we initially want to handle those things, but we eventually realize it's not how you handle pressure. It's not how you handle being overwhelmed. It's that we get used to it. We anticipate it. We are comfortable with it at one point. And once you get comfortable with it, once you get used to pressure, then you no longer have to deal with it. Now you start to expand it, right? It's just like a mine, right? Sometimes people try to reduce things. Let me reduce everything, and eventually they get to a level where they don't want to do anything. They don't want to handle anything. They don't want to face anything. But successful entrepreneurs, they live throughout pressure. They get used to pressure, and they anticipate conflicts. And one day when they get used to all of this negative emotions that people think that is negative emotions, they turn those negative emotions actually into positive emotions, because they know if they want to get to this level, they have to get used to things. All right? I hope that make a lot of sense to you guys. So start to get used to the things that you're not comfortable with. All right? JW here. Take care.